Welcome to Anti-Aging Insights, where age is a state of mind and aging is a treatable condition. And now, here is your host, Dr. Terry Fisher.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of the podcast. Here we are, almost at the end of the year, so Happy New Year to everyone. Hope your year has been really productive, really fun, really rewarding, and I wish you all the best for the upcoming new year. Today, we are continuing our journey through the muscles of the face in our discussion of how we can use neuromodulators on these various muscles. If you have listened to the last couple of episodes, you'll know that we started at the top of the face and have been gradually working our way down. If you haven't listened to those episodes, then please feel free to go back and have a listen. You'll learn about how we use neuromodulator for the forehead, for around the eyes, as well as the crow's feet, as well as around the nose, and even how we can use neuromodulator to help with what is known as a gummy smile. Today, we are talking about the mouth, and in particular, the muscle that we are discussing is known as the orbicularis oris. There is another orbicularis muscle in the face, and that is the orbicularis oculi, and we previously talked about that on a previous episode. But today, we are talking about the orbicularis oris, and there are some similarities, though, between these two muscles. So the plan here, the game plan, is to talk a little bit about the anatomy of the muscle. We are going to talk a little bit about the function of the muscle. What does it actually do? We're going to talk about what we can treat with neuromodulator. And I'll talk a little about the process that I use when I go about evaluating this and how getting a neuromodulator treatment for the orbicularis oris muscle actually works. So without any further ado, then let's get right into it. And let's discuss, first of all, what is the orbicularis oris? Well, the orbicularis oris is a circular or oval muscle which goes right around the entire mouth. It is the muscle that allows you to purse your lips or to create that expression when you're going to give someone a kiss. It allows your lips to come together, and it essentially acts as a sphincter or a purse string type of function. So when that muscle contracts, that opening of your mouth, the lips, contracts, comes down together, and creates that purse string-like feature that you see when you contract those lips. So what does that mean for people? Well, obviously, it's an extremely important muscle. We use that muscle for facial expression. It's not a main muscle that we use for chewing. There are other muscles, and we'll talk about those in later episodes. But it is an important muscle for facial expression, as well as for certain functions that require more fine motor control, such as sipping through a straw or pursing your lips to be able to blow a wind instrument or that sort of thing. So, having said that, if you are a person that relies on that type of fine motor control of your mouth for your job or for your occupation or for a hobby, then you may want to consider if this treatment is actually right for you, because it can affect the ability of you to be able to purse your lips and that sort of thing. Having said that, what does the neuromodulator treatment do? Well, again, neuromodulators work by relaxing muscles. Neuromodulators include Botox, Nuceiva, Dysport, Xeomin. Those are the main brands. They all work in the same way. They'll have slightly different proteins attached to the molecule, but nevertheless, they work in the same way. And when you inject neuromodulator into a muscle, that muscle relaxes. It doesn't contract as much. And as a result, you don't see the lines that are overlying the muscle in question. So for the orbicularis oris, what does that mean? Well, when you purse your lips, you can see, if you look in a mirror and actually try this, you can see that there are vertical lines that form along the top lip. These are sometimes referred to as smoker's lines, but that's a little bit of a misnomer because we don't necessarily see those with only smokers. We do tend to see those lines a little bit more in women, and that's simply because women don't have the same number of hair follicles as men do in that area, and the hair follicles, the mustache, prevents those lines from forming as easily. So this is often a treatment that women like to have done. So again, you get these vertical lines along the top lip when the orbicularis oris is contracting, hence the smoker's lines. So when we inject neuromodulator, and these are very small doses of neuromodulator, it doesn't take a lot to get the effect that we want. But when you inject that neuromodulator, usually in about 4 different places along the upper lip. It relaxes that muscle, the orbicularis oris. You get less of that contraction, and as a result, you get less of those vertical lines or smoker's lines. And this can smooth out that upper lip, something that a lot of people like. That's really the bottom line when it comes to treating the orbicularis oris for the smoker's lines. There's not too much to this other than the fact that you need to know where exactly to place the injections so that you cover the relevant area of the muscle. Similarly to this, there is another treatment that can be done, and this is known as a lip flip. Now, this is different than having lip filler, which actually volumizes the lips. A lip flip is the injection of neuromodulator, again along the upper lip. And what happens is, again, that muscle relaxes, and then you can have a subtle turning of the lip outward so that it almost flips up on itself and gives the appearance of a bigger, juicier lip. Now, again, this is subtle, and this certainly does not have the same effect as having lip filler. But if you're a person that wants to experiment with slightly augmenting your lips in a subtle way, in a very non-invasive way, then this treatment could be for you. And again, very small doses of neuromodulator are used for that. So that's treating the orbicularis oris in a nutshell. It's a very simple treatment. It is typically used for the smoker's lines, the vertical lines on the upper lip, or for a lip flip. And this is done very easily in the office. A couple of injections. The effects take about 2 to 3 days for them to start to be visible, with the full effect coming on after about a week to 10 days. And then the actual effect lasts for a few months, probably about 3 months in this case. Now, the dose will have an impact on how long the effect lasts, but the general guideline is, we would say, approximately 3 months or so. So there you have it. That is a little bit about treating the orbicularis oris with neuromodulator. Again, if you want to learn about treating the forehead and the brow and the eyes and the nose and the gummy smile, please go back and listen to the previous episodes. And today I want to just remind you that if you want to come and have any of these treatments with me, feel free to reach out. I'm at antiagingvancouver.com or at drterryfisher.com or on my Instagram at drterryfisher. And finally, I want to thank you for all of your support over the past year. This is actually episode 51, and it coincides with the end of the year. And it means the world to be able to bring these podcasts to you. Thank you for all of the feedback that I've received. Thank you for all the reviews. And I wish you and your loved ones all the very best for the new year. Have a wonderful 2024, and I'll look forward to talking with you again very soon. Until then, take care and Happy New Year.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of Anti-Aging Insights. Stay tuned to discover more of the latest news, treatments, technologies, and developments in non-surgical cosmetic and anti-aging medicine. For more inspiration, to access the show notes, or to book an appointment with Dr. Fisher, Dr. Frame, or any of the other anti-aging professionals, please visit our website at antiagingvancouver.com. Until next time, stay inspired and live life well.